I can't make a complete fist with my left hand. If you throw a punch and you happen to hit something that doesn't have any give, like the top of their head, okay, you're gonna be in trouble. This is broken so badly that that bone broke right here, okay? And I can't even close my hand anymore. Somebody starts moving, then it changes the game completely. Hey guys, thank you for checking out our YouTube channel. My name's Sean Elders. I'm the founder and chief instructor of Pinnacle Combat Arts. I'm an expert in military combatives, Bruce Lee's Jeet Kune Do, Filipino Kali, Silat, and several grappling arts. I also teach advanced tactical firearms. Today's video is on the reality of punching in a street fight. Let's get started. I had a student come to me and tell me that he went to a party with some guys from his work and they got into talking about fighting, and a lot of people don't even know how to punch correctly. Now, I can tell you how to punch correctly, and I can also tell you that about what it's like when you punch incorrectly, because obviously my hands are all messed up from being in altercations. When you get into a street fight, no matter if you're the one that walks away or you're the one that is laying there and the other person walks away, you are going to have a different perspective. Okay, one. Two, your body has gone through some stuff. Okay, and guess what? If it's a nasty, violent altercation, you've hurt yourself. No matter what, there's a lot of things that take place when you and another person clash and go at it as hard as you both can. There's going to be injuries, okay? And so today I'm going to share with you my personal perspective on it based on my experience out in the streets. So if we take a close look right here on my knuckle, okay? Notice that bulge right there. It sticks out right here, okay? All right, that's bone and cartilage sticking up there. And then it divots right in that little spot right there. See that? See how it divots, just drops down in there, okay? That's my right hand, okay? And then we'll bring my other hand up just like this, okay? And I make my fist. Here it is, see? I make my fist and then look, it's right here. You see how I can't make a complete fist with my left hand, you see? I open my hand up, okay? And I close it. Notice this finger sticks up. I turn it around like this. Look at my hand. This doesn't close right here. You see that? That's as far as it can go. Now, let me show you. Let me show you what this is. Look, I put my hands together. See that? And you notice, look how much space this finger is to that. Okay? This is broken so badly that that bone broke right here. Okay? And I can't even close my hand anymore. I can't close my hand all the way. Okay? And then the last one, you take a close look right here, just like this. There's a divot right here. See, it drops down and there's a little dimple almost. You can see right there. It drops down. See that? Okay. And so that right there was broken. See that? And so that right there. So I've broken my hands several times from fighting. When I hit, it broke. Okay. So first thing I want you to understand is that I'm speaking to you from experience, okay? I'm not speaking to you because my teacher taught me and his teacher taught him and so on and so forth. I'm teaching you based on my personal experience. When you grow up in a really poor neighborhood, you have to deal with altercations constantly, especially in the 1980s. In the 1980s, it was crack cocaine was the rave. A lot of gang violence, a lot of stuff. I saw my first drive-by when I was 6 years old. You know, I've seen people get killed in front of me. I've been through a lot of trauma. And I've been through a lot of experience where I've had to defend myself. Not because I went out and looked for it. It's because you have to learn how to defend yourself on a daily basis when you're in the projects, okay? I've been mugged. From the age of 5, 6 years old, I had 3 16-year-olds come up and kick me into the ground and take my shoes from me. Okay, I've had stuff like that happen to me all the time. Okay, so growing up, First of all, I've been in street fights. I've been in street situations all, my whole childhood. In my early 20s, I fought, okay? And so I know what it's like. I was a bouncer. I've done several things. I've been executive security, done bodyguard work. I've done it all, okay? But my main point is that I've had a lot of experience going fist to fist with other people, okay? I have breaks, all kinds of breaks from fighting. How do I punch in a street fight? Most of the time, I'm gonna tell you, based on my experience of having my hands broken, okay? It's better to palm strike, the palm strike here, to slap to the side of the head. These two motions here, this is the kind of stuff, okay? Finger jab, obviously. It's all the self-defense stuff they always talk about, thumbing the eyes and all this stuff like that. But we're talking about high impact strikes, okay? That's what I'm talking about today. If you throw a punch and you happen to hit something that doesn't have any give, like the top of their head, okay, you're gonna be in trouble, okay? That is the thing that I'm trying to explain today. So traditionally, like the way I was taught, you throw a straight jab, boom. You hit with the two knuckles with the hands. If you do a vertical punch, you punch with these three knuckles right here, okay? But you're saying, I'm throwing a target, and you wanna practice, obviously, a still target like the bob, okay? You're doing a still target. You're practicing striking to the bob, but the problem is that that's just the beginning part of your training. When somebody starts moving, then it changes the game completely. So you need to understand that your knuckles, when we say punching in a street fight, if you don't have conditioned hands, you have to start to evolve that into your training when you have conditioned hands. And even when you have conditioned hands, you can break your hands, okay? So some of the basics, okay, of how do I punch in a street fight? You don't. I'm trying to punch with these two knuckles, but if they slip a little bit, maybe even if I catch them, I could catch them with these two knuckles, okay? So how do you fix that? You strike with a palm. You palm strike just like this, okay? That's how you do a jab in a street fight, especially when you don't have conditioned knuckles. Okay, so if I do a hook, you should hook like that. Boom, right to the side of the head. You see that? My hand comes up and it slaps to the side of the head. Slaps to the side of the head. I could also use the palm right here and strike right to the chin area, or the jaw, right at the jaw here, or at the chin here, you see? Or you can do the whole hand and slap the ear and everything. If you've never been slapped with this one, you don't have the respect and understanding of it, okay? You get hit like this, like that, you're gonna be in some trouble. Let me tell you, you're gonna be dizzy. It's like we call it shell shock, okay? Bam. So front, here, and then you can do the overhand, okay? So overhand could be like this. You see that? So it comes over the top, outside the peripheral vision, their vision, and come back in. So I could do like a series of combinations, 1, 2, and bam, there's your overhand, okay? In Wing Chun or in Jump Fan, we call this Jiao Sao, okay? But it's a little bit, it arcs outside of the hand and comes back down, okay? So these are some things that really are effective and apply, and you're not gonna break your hand. So if you want to uppercut, you could also uppercut like that, where you bring the palm up underneath the chin, just like this, you see? Just like this. That's another way to do uppercuts without having to use your knuckles. Palm strikes are always a better choice in a street situation. Another reason, this is your little bonus, okay, is that when you open hand strike, you can strike with an open hand and you can grab with an open hand. This is a very important principle. For instance, if you want to do jabs, you just jab like this, okay? If you want to hook, you hook like this, okay? If you want to overhand, you overhand like that with your hand open, okay? If you want to uppercut, you uppercut like this, just like that, bam, uppercut. You want to go to the body, you slap to the body, okay? The whole idea is that in a street fight, if you don't have your hands conditioned, and even if they are conditioned, you can still break your hand, okay? Because it happened to me, okay? On more than one occasion, okay? To the point where now I can't even close one hand, okay? It's just like in jiu-jitsu. You know, I got this finger broken in jiu-jitsu, okay? I got a rod in it now, okay? Because I've broken most of all my fingers from jiu-jitsu, okay? I've broken a lot of them, but they set nicely. But for instance, my pinky broke, which is silly. It's so silly. You know, you look at it and go, oh God, you broke your pinky, big deal. But the truth is that I broke the pinky and I reset it, and I've reset my other fingers. I had a teacher teach me how to do that once, and the doctor takes a look at it and goes, man, you did a good job resetting. I know how to reset broken noses, all that stuff, okay? Not a doctor, but I reset this, but the way it broke, it created a burr, okay? And so then they had to go in and do reconstructive surgery, which I totally think is, I just laughed. I'm getting reconstructive surgery on my pinky, seriously? Let's cut this thing off, you know? That's kind of the way that I look at it, because it's like, it's so silly. But they told me, they're like, yeah, you're gonna get serious arthritis, all this other stuff that happens. So my point is when you train, you're gonna get hurt, okay? There's gonna be injuries, but if you can train smarter, the injuries won't be as severe, okay? So take this in mind when you train, whatever style you're training in or whatever. When it comes to street fighting, you can't just throw punches, okay, all the time. You have to throw punches properly. And the thing is that just because you throw a punch and let's say you hit, right, you're aiming for the chin and the jawline here and all that stuff. Just because you throw a punch doesn't mean that you're gonna hit them in that spot. If they turn their head a certain way, it could break your hand, especially if you punch them up here and your knuckles aren't conditioned for it and they can't handle that skull. You know, those knuckles are gonna break. They're gonna crack. The cartilage will break, or these bones here are gonna break. Whatever the case is, the whole thing with me is the knuckles didn't break. The bones that hold everything together, those are the things that give out for me. And I conditioned my hands and I still broke my hand. So I recommend open palm striking when it comes to a violent altercation. You don't have the hand conditioning, you don't have the experience. You can start to develop that with the knuckles. But again, like I said, my hands are conditioned. I mean, I did years and years of hand conditioning and I still broke my hand. I still broke things. And when you get in an altercation, because guess what? When you get in an altercation, you're not walking away unscathed unless you get lucky on a nice one knockout hit, which can happen, okay? But you don't rely on that. You don't think, oh, I'm just gonna knock this guy out the first time or put him in a submission. It's not that way. Street fights are violent. Street fights are a nasty, unpredictable, and high pressure, high intensity situation. Thank you guys so much for checking out our video today. Like, subscribe, comment down below, hit the bell so you can be notified on new videos that are coming out each and every week. Thank you so much for your support and have a great day.